Simon, good to see you again. One key question. How's the show been for you so far?
It's been really busy in terms of meetings, schedules, after hours events as well. So in terms of socialising, I think the feedback would be in terms of footfall, it's not as busy as it was ever pre-COVID. The meetings we've had have been quite pointed.
About as busy as last year?
Maybe it depends on the day, but yeah, no better, no worse than last year. So far successful. Proof of the pudding is in the eating afterwards and the follow-up. There is an enthusiasm for what we're doing, enthusiasm for the brand. And I guess as ever, when I'm saying to you, the question is, can we convince doubters to go with something that they're uncertain about, new, innovative, and see where we go?
Well, you would argue, I guess, that it's actually not so much the numbers that count here, it's the quality of the meeting that counts.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's being here, you have access to more junior buyers and folks rather than being in Cannes where you'll just get a senior person turns up and might make commitments that folks within the organisation probably aren't too happy about.
Let's move on to your products. What's new from Penderyn?
They're here in reality now. That's the main difference. Rather than showing people pictures and mock-ups, I actually have the duty-free litres on sale. And people have been really positive about the feedback about the look of the product and the taste. And as you know, whenever we're trying to sell anything, we have to get people trying a liquid. Liquid on lips is a key strategy for us, and having that here might help us just get a little bit further over the line. But we're live rather than just being in planning phase as we've been in previous times.
And in April, you properly launched Faraday, correct?
Yeah.
How's that been going?
I think if you look at the events, the activations that we've done in certain shops in Europe around it, and the feedback that we've had about it, has been nothing but positive. Clearly, everything is about repeat, return, and the frequency of and the rate of sale. So far, so good.
Let's go back to something we talked about last time, which is about sustainability. What sustainable actions have you, as a business, been taking in the last 12 months, and what are your future plans?
Well, I think one of the challenges for a small company is that you are led by the industry in terms of convention and led by government in terms of legislation on packaging return schemes that work in domestic markets and how they translate into travel retail, for example. For our own perspective, we've introduced the domestic Dragon range, which is 40% lighter bottles, better quality gift boxes, which are more recyclable. So small steps. Within our own operations, we're doing stuff at the distilleries to maximise what we can do in terms of effectiveness, efficiency, and being part of the community that we work in. So now that the Swansea distillery is fully open, we're more engaged in not just sustainable practices, but community activity, bringing the community in to be part of what we're doing and understanding that we add value to them in that way as well.
That's made a big difference, though, hasn't it?
Oh, for sure. And I think if you plonked an industrial item into any community, they're going to wonder what's going on and is it good for us and all those sorts of things. In Llandudno, we
but
can...
It's been regenerated,
yeah,
though, hasn't
and
it?
in Llandudno, there are very clear controls about what we can and can't do, car parking or operations, and a bit more restrictive. But yeah, so we're very clear that we are part of the communities we work in, and as such, we have to understand not just the sustainable practices, but the community influence and opportunities that exist for us to be part of.
But it's a tourist attraction, isn't it? I mean, have you done the cable car that I talked about with Stephen last year?
Not yet.
That's a great idea.
We depend upon the people to put that in. It's due to be happening over the course of the next 12 months. But I think the impact of the economic downturn from a global perspective has slowed down a lot of developments, not just in the UK, but on a global basis.
Yeah. One last question. What are the things you'd like to say to the business community right now?
The message is always the same. It's how can you challenge yourself to be interesting and innovative to the consumer and have an offer that is engaging to them rather than it being a mirror image of what the consumer might see within their domestic environment.
Right off. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure. Thanks, as ever.